Really? It's New Year's!
Thanks for tuning in to Keep It with the Geek Bros. The first episode of the new year, 2018, still episode 24.
Yes, episode 24.
Okay, stay tuned because we actually are doing a contest for the listeners, though, not for the viewers of this.
I do want to say that you guys surprised me. Those who listen to us.
Well, we'll get to that on the podcast.
In a world where geeking out never looked so good, two incredibly sexy men will rise for your auditory pleasure. Here's your hosts, Wancho and Vibe. Keeping up with the Geek Bros.
And wait,
What are we waiting for?
we have a contest.
No! Wait, that's how you're going to start it? Happy New Year, everybody! We're about to get to episode 24. Thanks for stopping by. Blah, 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 blah. But first, Juancho wants to discuss some brilliant numbers with you guys.
So, for you poor listeners out there who just love to hear my sensual Hispanic accent and vibe, we have the numbers since we started the podcast back in May before the terrible accident where I lost $1,000. But that's besides the point.
You know, sometimes you got to invest in your project, even if it's your own vehicle.
So we started in May with 14 listeners that listen to us. Now we are over 24,000.
Wow. Clap. I don't have any sound effects.
And I don't have my computer to give us a sound.
You haven't had your computer in weeks.
know,
That's
right?
done.
Shaking my head.
All the new scent, all that stuff is all gone. Because Juancho and I have a little bet here, I'm under the assumption that you 24,000 listeners over the course of several months, that you guys literally tune in, you wait till you hear Juancho sing, and then you tune off. He swears that you guys listen to the entire thing. So, to test this theory, we're gonna have a contest. That's it. The contest. You have to listen to the whole podcast, though, because what it is, the rules are, the first person to email us at geekbros@outlook.com with the mystery word will win a plethora of stuff. We didn't even discuss what we were giving away.
We have pops, we have shirts,
You know
we
what?
have Jedi mind chopsticks.
Yes, so we have we're gonna give away.
Please tell us the sex that
okay.
because we do have female stuff to you, like Beauty and the Beast stuff.
Very true, very true. You know what? That's what it'll be. The first person,
male or female,
to email us at geekbros@outlook.com with the special mystery word, which will be randomly spoken throughout this podcast once, maybe twice if you're lucky, and you tell us your gender, we will then send you a comprehensive list of what we have as giveaways. We bought a whole bunch of giveaways earlier in 2017, but
we want to clear it out so we can make room for 2018.
Exactly. We got posters, we got pogs.
You stopped it. Hold on.
Did I?
Yeah. We have posters, we have pogs.
Hold on. See? I touched something.
In 2017, but
we want to clear it out so we can make room for 2018. Exactly. We have posters.
Exactly. We have posters, we have porgs, what?
Pops.
Sorry.
And we have nice posters that we picked up from the last Pop SuperCon or
yes, we do. We got things. We got a full Marvel something.
And
or
if
other.
your name is Linda, you get a.
You notice I took that out for her, right? You noticed because I had it back there. So you know what? I might as well just give it to Linda. So Linda's getting this tomorrow.
Okay.
We've got shirts, we've got Beauty and the Beast stuff, we've got Star Wars light up chopsticks. Sorry, Pink Jess.
We have a hairbrush that's on the picture like the Beauty and the Beast mirror. Yeah, so we got a lot of cool stuff.
We got a few things. So that's what I'm saying. The contest basically, one last time, the rule is you listen to the entire podcast, listen out for the mystery word, which will be spoken randomly. The first person to email us at Geek Bros, that's GEEKBROS at Outlook.com with the mystery word and your gender. We will send you a list. We'll send you a list and you choose whatever you want. Yeah. Simple as that. Okay? So, now we can start with the episode. Episode 24.
And it's a beautiful Wednesday. Cold here in South Florida. Snowing in North Florida.
I'm gonna scratch my scratch-offs.
Hashtag is it flat Earth or is it global? Hashtag global warming.
We don't condone gambling on the show.
Loop crates. So guys, welcome to episode 24 or episode 24.
When does this become? When did this become a thing where you sort of saying the Spanish equivalent?
I don't know.
To the...
I'm trying to say in Roman, but I don't know Roman Latin yet, so I can't practice it.
I didn't win anything.
So, Vibe, how are you?
Happy New Year!
Happy New Year, everyone! It's a brand new year, brand new podcast. So what's going on? Talk to me. What's going on, guys? What's going on?
Ooh. So loud. I thought we were gonna change that for the new year. First, tell me about your New Year's weekend. How was your weekend?
Well, went over Dark Flex place on the 30th.
You want to elaborate, or is that it?
I'm gonna elaborate.
Okay.
We saw UFC fight. We did a lot of fun activities where somebody decided to order 400 chicken nuggets.
Okay. That sounds interesting.
So it's very interesting. But we had a good time. I don't remember some times of the night because I just got really hungover on the 31st. So I spent my 31st just laying in bed, playing Battlefront 2, enjoying my company of my dog in Battlefront 2 while the fiance was away. And then that's it. Spend it in my room basically the whole night.
The whole weekend.
Yeah,
pretty
man.
much.
Pretty much.
Fantastic.
How was yours?
It was good. A lot of editing. Producing some new stuff. I had to co-host a New Year's Eve party. The first one for my mother. She bought a home actually right behind the studio, so it's right there. I had cooked about 1/3 of the dishes. I had made stuffed shells, ricotta cheese. And an Oreo
cookie.
Hold on, I'm not done yet. Hold on. All right. And an Oreo cookie. What's wrong with you? Also did some chicken parmesan. I did cola champagne jello shots that were virgin. I did champagne jello shots that weren't virgin. And I did vodka raspberry shots that had like little snowflake dust on top and glazed sugar-coated cranberries. Those were pretty good. And for dessert, I made a Oreo cream pie.
Oreo.
And it was delicious. It was delicious. It went. Actually, all the jello shots vanished. I only had one. All of them are gone.
Damn.
So that was pretty good. And other than that, I spent the weekend same thing as you, in bed, but not because of any hangover or anything. Playing Battlefront 2 as well because I just got the game.
We were playing a drinking game where it was just so horrible.
It's so horrible.
I feel bad for Chili Goods. I threw up all the bathroom.
So who?
Chili Goods.
I don't know who that is. So all right.
So Vibe.
What's
your New Year's resolution?
Oh yeah. I completely forgot we were doing that. Well, of course, it's to lose some weight. I gotta drop 20 pounds before Black Panther. That's the plan because we're gonna go. I want to get a Black Panther Under Armour, but I want to look good like I did with the back in the day with the. So the idea is to drop 20 pounds for Black Panther. To do a little bit more. Well, you're afraid I'm gonna hit the button again. Do a little bit more expanding of our show. Get out there. Maybe, I don't know, God forbid the studio could make some money this year. That'd be great. Other than that, it's, I last year was pretty good to me, so there's not much new I want to change. Okay. How about yourself?
Well, we're going to start off with a 2018 YOLO 2018 continuation of YOLO 2017, which came
YOLO
with
2017 stopped in after a quarter.
It continued.
I don't remember it continuing.
It continued.
Okay.
2018 is coming with a vengeance, starting in June.
Aren't you getting married in this summer?
That's why I have to do as much as YOLOing I can before.
So it's not 2018.
No, it's YOLO 2018 is until November. I get married in November.
Oh, it's the bachelor party.
That's what I said, June.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I am planning to lose some weight. I'm trying to get at least a flat stomach, which is my goal for 2018.
That's gonna be a hard goal.
It is a very hard goal, but
for you. I shouldn't say anything. I've gained so much weight too, so I cannot say anything.
So yes, it's all about eating right.
And getting it tight.
Exactly, that's what she said.
I love that. So
no, but other than that, it's just just taking a little bit of myself better before I
die. Right.
Yeah, pretty much. As what people say, you die once you get married, your soul goes away.
Mm-hmm. By the way, guys, I hope you guys know that the Geek Bros franchise ends in November. Like,
that's what you thought.
This is not hold on.
You thought the same thing once I asked her to marry me, and we're still to this day doing podcasts.
I never said that. I said that was the beginning of the end when you
said Vanessa is the final. Is a death to the Geek Bros.
She will be the death of the Geek Bros. Like that's it. She will end this show. I'm telling you, and mark my words. When he gets married, when he puts a ring on that, finally, like the last ring, the second ring,
band.
Okay, when he puts the band on it, okay, she's gonna call the shots, and she's gonna say, "No more of this geek nonsense. You need to grow up and be a man." I'm telling you, I've marked my words. What is it? Wednesday, January 3rd, 2018. I called it. This is the countdown to the end of Geek Bros.
After I come back from my honeymoon on the first week of December, we will have another podcast.
Right, a farewell podcast.
Before we continue to what's going on with Geek Bros and Geek Girls, this is my final semester for school, so I graduate. So there'll be a schedule change, a little bit of a schedule change. Instead of you having to listen to our podcast on a Wednesday, Thursday night post, it'll be going on a Friday night and Saturday morning posting. So that will be the only change until May, and then we'll go back to our regular scheduled programming on Wednesday.
So that means that the recap video will then be released that following Saturday night, or Sunday. Just so you guys, if you guys are watching the recaps,
it's only until May.
All 17 of you.
It's only until May. If you guys are tuned in on iTunes, Google Play, and Stitcher, I'm still trying to get us into other podcasters. Is it apps? I don't know what they're called. It gives you an alert once the podcast is up. So it's pretty interesting.
Is it?
It's very interesting. I love it.
I dozed out when you were talking.
I hate you. What's going on with the Geek Bros and Geek Girls? You are so dozing off.
Wait, I'm sorry. Say that again.
What's going on with the Geek Bros and?
Don't you say that again, ever? Okay, it's the new year. It is, and I did promise the new year, but as of right now, the phrase "Geek Girls" is taboo. I don't want to hear it right now.
It's taboo.
Okay. So, but what's going on with the Geek Bros? Since the last time you guys we did a podcast, we finally released. I think how many videos? 6 videos went out before this. We recorded this thing weeks ago, and
the same weekend it came out.
Same week it came out, and 6 videos or 7 were released and edited before I finally got this out. I'm so sorry, but we didn't really like it. It's the Justice League review. Spoiler? Is it spoiler? It was probably. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. It's just a horrible review.
No, it wasn't. It was a horror. It was not a horrible.
It's a good review we did, but it's just a horrible movie.
It was really funny. I did a little different with the editing. With that, a little more comical. It's absolutely obvious that we had more fun. Reviewing the movie than we did actually watching the movie. It was actually quite. So if you haven't seen it yet, you should watch it.
And then make fun of it.
It's actually pretty funny. I enjoyed it. So other than that, what's coming up is we've got the spoiler review for The Last Jedi featuring everybody but me. There's the third part, the trifecta of Smoothie Talk with myself and Darflex coming out, and what else?
That's it for the Geek Bros for now.
And then a special announcement, not necessarily Geek Bros related, more studio related, but because the Geek Bros did really well with the reaction video to Star Wars The Last Jedi trailer, to Jurassic Park, Jurassic World trailer, and especially 17,000 views, 228 likes, and I can't even remember how many comments anymore on our reaction to Avengers Infinity War. That sealed the deal. We have now officially spun off the show. It's no longer going to be a Geek Bro show. It is tentatively titled Shut Up, I Love It. And basically it's going to be a random assortment of Vibe Studios cast members from across all the shows and friends and random people. Every episode is going to be different. Right now, of course, you'll see the same Geek Bros, and maybe you'll see Pink Jess every once in a while. As of right now, but as we start rolling it out, every episode you're gonna see a random assortment of characters all across all the shows, including Kid TV, So stay tuned to that. It's gonna be really funny. We're just gonna be reacting to trailers. It's gonna be react, review, repeat. So look forward to that. I'm actually working on our Player Ready 1 episode, which was quite interesting.
Right.
We got really excited about that. It's a whole new intro, and it's not.
They're already getting ready for the book 2.
The what?
They're getting ready for book 2.
What book 2?
For Ready Player 1.
There's a book for it?
Yeah.
I gotta get the audiobook.
They have an audiobook for it.
I should, but then they're gonna ruin the movie for me. So, on that note, Juancho, what brings us here today?
Well, we have couple news up in here. Alright, we got movies stand up for the weekend. There's nothing. Comic book news, I don't have anything right now, but we are going to talk about movies of 2018. We have for like 5 games that are releasing this week. It's a slow week for video games. It usually is towards the beginning of the year. Video games to expect for 2018. For Anime Invasion, we have a beautiful story called Your Name, which won several awards.
What? Your mama?
Your Name.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Dragon Ball. We'll talk about that later. Anime Invasion. For Open Mic, we got the Detective Pikachu. Half of Arrowverse review. Rick and Morty. The wait hit game has begun. Solo to fail. Don't be that guy. Do not be that guy.
That's my op-ed.
And the Force is female. I thought it was a male, but no, it's female. Guys, let's get down and dirty to it.
Wait, what?
Let's get down and dirty.
Why is it always down and dirty?
Because it's a fresh scent. Fresh scent. It's all about the fresh scent.
Fresh scent.
So movies of 2018. Well, to begin the 2018, the Star Wars The Last Jedi of 2017 has grossed $1 billion, and yet it's still not released in China yet.
China's not gonna. Well, they don't want to see it.
Well, they're gonna see it.
They shouldn't see it.
They surpassed, I think, the highest movie in 2017, which was a movie. But well, besides that, they got it. So this is the most.
Why am I yawning? I apologize if you guys hear me yawning. I guess I'm really tired. I'm sorry. And to you visitors, you guys watching, I'm sorry.
Okay, so. Okay, something's going on with your thing. It's very slow. It's not letting me.
What are you talking about?
Like I can't scroll up.
Could you not do that? Why would you move that? Scroll. What? It's.
See. I think it's your screen. Okay. Well, as 5 gets my 30 top movies, here are the superhero movies of 2018 that we're looking forward to. The first one is Black Panther, due on February 16th. Which we're very excited about.
Sorry, I'm working.
The next one is I didn't know this movie was coming out. It's a scary movie called New Mutants.
How did you not know it was coming out? What are you talking about?
I have no idea what it was about. I'm pretty excited. I'm looking forward to it.
You ever see the trailer?
No. I'll probably watch it later tonight. All right. Then we have the Avengers: Infinity War in May. Then we have Deadpool coming out in June. Ant-Man and the Wasp in July. Teen Titans Go, July 27. Cartoon Network heroes are heading to the big screen. So,
yay. I mean, I'm not thrilled about that.
Venom on October 5th. X-Men Dark Phoenix on November 2nd. And animated Spider-Man December 21st. Which
that I want to see. Absolutely. Absolutely.
So these are the top comic book movies that we're looking forward to 2018. Top 30 movies. This article is coming from ScreenRant.com. You have Ocean's 8, Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead about your Ocean's 8.
I was going to say it's an all-female cast, and you know exactly. It's not going to fail necessarily, but you know.
Alita, the Battle Angel, which is an anime translation into live action, which looks interesting. Tomb Raider.
Not interested.
I am. Red Sparrow.
Nope.
X-Men.
That's going to be terrible.
Robin Hood.
What?
I guess it's a
is this
future fiction? Okay. Sicario 2, Soldado.
I don't get it.
A Wrinkle in Time. Bumblebee.
God, I don't even know how I feel about that.
Isles of Dogs.
What?
Isles of Dogs.
Oh.
Spider-Man.
Woo!
Arrowverse.
Sorry, I'm really excited about it. Mowgli, the Jungle Book. But
Jungle Book Origins.
But is that hold on, no. Is that live action or what kind of?
Delayed in the rename of Jungle Book Origins of Mowgli. One must ask how this movie can I don't know.
Oh no, yeah, this has nothing to do with it. Because you see, they're talking about whatever. I don't get it. Okay.
Mortal Engines, which is a Steven Spielberg movie that I'm Peter Jackson movie.
I'm sorry, Peter Jackson. He lost some clout with the Hobbit trilogy, so I'm just saying.
Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Yeah. Why is she wearing it looking like that? It should look different.
Creed 2.
Okay.
The New Mutants.
Okay. I mean, I'll watch it.
Ready Player One.
Yeah.
Ralph Breaks the Internet. Wreck-It Ralph 2. Woo!
That takes forever.
The Predator.
What? Wait, which Predator? Like a new Predator?
That Predator. I guess it's Predator 4. This is technically Predator 4, it says here. And Arnold Schwarzenegger can make an appearance.
If the Alien franchise can return to get a sequel, should Predator? This is one of the technical. Oh, okay. It's part 4.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Incredibles 2. Woo!
I don't know how I feel about it. It was so long ago.
Deadpool 2.
Yeah!
God Particle Untitled Cloverfield sequel.
I'm curious.
I like Cloverfield. Mission Impossible 6.
Oh, Mustache Gate.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Aquaman.
Yeah.
Annihilation.
You know what? Have you seen the trailer for this movie?
Yes.
It seems interesting.
Yes.
It's got an arrival feel to it, so I kind of like it.
Solo a Star Wars story. Woo! I hope so.
I don't know.
Venom.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Black Panther.
Hell yes.
Off, Panther.
Zulu Nation.
Infinity War.
That's year? This year?
Yeah.
When? When is it coming out? Oh my god.
I told you this is a big year, bro.
It's a big year, bro.
So, I'm excited. I am pumped like cray. So, that's the movie stand-up for this week. Now we move on to the video games, guys. Those who play some video games. Vibe, before I start, how you liking Battlefront?
It's okay. It's all right. The mechanics are fun. I'm not really an FPS first person shooter.
It's not a first person shooter.
It is a first person shooter.
It's a third person shooter and first person. You can switch it.
But they all can switch.
Call of Duty you can switch.
Okay, yes. Well, I'm not really a fan of the shooter genre.
Exactly.
I'm gonna say it like that.
There we go.
It's never been my thing. I mean, I played Modern Warfare 2 only because I wanted to feel cool with the friends that I had at the time. So.
Do you mean Call of Duty, bro?
Huh?
Do you mean Call of Duty,
Modern Warfare, bro. Okay, what's up? I got getting sniped or whatever. I was a noob for what 2 years.
You were a sniper.
I was never any good at that game. But I don't really like playing multiplayer. I'm really upset that multiplayer you can only play space battle on multiplayer because I'm telling you right now. As I was telling Juancho, I said I'll get into my ship. And 30 to 40 seconds, I'm blown up. I get into my ship again. I fly 30 to 40 seconds, I'm blown up.
It's because you suck.
I can't do it. So I got myself playing the Jakku level and this
over and over
again because I want to shoot TIE fighters, and then they force me to stop after a while, which kind of pisses me off. Like you're not doing what you need to do. They don't feed you anymore guys, which would take too long. The story was unremarkable. I was kind of upset with the story because when I was playing the game, I said I remember. This is a spoiler. At one point, there was a heart-to-heart between Iden Versio and Adama Versio, her father, when his ship was going down. And when he said, go live, my child, or whatever, I remember dropping my controller and yelling at the screen, "Did you even read the book?" Now, if anybody knows what I'm talking about, if you read Inferno Squad, there was no point or history whatsoever in that book that said he had a heart or cared about his daughter in any way, shape, or form than her being what's it called? A soldier. Yeah. Furthermore, to the point where even his wife, or maybe his ex-wife, she was dying, and he still didn't care. He just for the cause. So you're telling me that he hated it. He only was proud of her when she succeeded. So not only did she defect on him, she became a rebel, fighting against his cause, fighting against him, and then when she tries to save him, he's like he has an about face. It was totally out of character. Drove me nuts. Furthermore, a last note. If you read the book, the two male characters of Inferno Squad were set up to be like brothers. They went off on their own mission. They spent a lot of time together. They spent so much time together. They were almost like brothers, literally brothers. They were that close. Mm-hmm. So when one of them, I guess after meeting Luke, and I guess maybe Luke mind melded him, whatever, mind tricked him. All of a sudden, it's like, I don't want to do this anymore. The other guy goes, well, fine. Now I'm going to kill you. But what? Where was the struggle? Where was the yearning? Where was the come on, bro? Don't do this to me, man. We're close like that. That's like me looking at Juancho and saying, Juancho, we got really close. I was there for your engagement, filmed that thing. We were doing this thing together. But you know what? I'm tired of the Geek Bro thing. I want to go do something urban with some rap. Do you think Juancho would have been like, would just throw up his hands and be like, fine, whatever? No, what do you mean, bro? Let's talk this out. Maybe we can do both. There would have been some kind of leeway. There wasn't. It was like this. And then the next time they meet, I want to kill you.
Here's the thing about that.
Okay.
I understand you actually, and I do agree with you in that sense. But when you're talking about loyalty, especially to loyalty to a cause that is bigger than just your friendship, I think that at that time, you see the character itself picking the First Order. That's the problem that I've always had with the First Order versus the old Empire. And not necessarily the older, but I mean the Empire, Darth Vader's Empire. And we're gonna call it Kylo's Empire. We're gonna call it Darth Vader's Empire. Darth Vader's Empire was all about power.
Okay.
Not really about power, about control.
Okay.
Okay. So you saw a little bit here. You know, they're not as full blown as savages as the First Order.
Right.
You saw what the First Order did.
But
the First Order,
but the First Order is because they're brainwashed. The Empire was not.
Exactly. Now, you have somebody who's brainwashed.
Brainwashed from kids.
But I think itself of the whole Project Resurrection and all that in Pirates. Is it Cyrus? Is it Cyrus?
What?
The project, the mission, Project Cyrus?
No,
or
Project. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
I forget.
It's a project that the mission's about. During that time, I think I forgot his name. Cinder. Project Cinder. Hawk. Is it Hawk? Yeah. Hawk was brainwashed.
I don't think so.
I think Hawk, with the whole much anger that he felt betrayed by the Inferno Squad, I think that he was convinced. That's a good word. Convinced that the guy is pure evil, and no matter what type of friendship he had, he has one duty, and that duty is to the First Order, and it's to kill him.
Sorry, I forgot to turn off the AC. Sorry, guys. I'm turning it off right now. What do I cut ticked on now?
That's okay.
I get what you're saying, Juancho. But again, if you read the book, you would think, okay, here's a better thing. Lost Stars.
Yeah.
Lost Stars did it very well. It was a man, two childhood friends, a female and a male. Okay, there was love there, but even though it was romance there was still the romance came later. The fact of the matter is they both went to the Empire. One defected, one became a rebel. The male became a rebel. The female stayed as Empire. Every time they met up in the book, there was a yearning. Come with me. No, come with me. There's no one point where they met up and it was like, I'm going to shoot you and kill you now. Even the end, when he saved her from the ship going down, okay? There was still yearning there.
Now, I don't know. I'm pretty sure that you play a lot of strategic games, but you don't really play other than Kingdom Hearts.
Right.
Okay. Games like these type of games, like EA's type of shooter games, especially where Battlefront originally was supposed to only be a multiplayer game.
Correct.
Now they're transitioning to have a campaign.
Yes.
The game itself is still built as a multiplayer game, so it's not built on story-eccentric type of game.
True.
Well, I think you could add more to the campaign, and probably fill a little bit more of those voids that you might have.
You didn't have to. You don't have to add more campaign levels. But what I'm saying is, you could have easily. You took these characters. You have a creative license with these characters, but you know they have a history. There's a book history. You didn't have to have Hex or Hux or whatever it is. Do like this, but maybe at the end, yes, fine.
Hold on.
But
when was the book released?
I don't know. Several.
All right, we'll pitch back this because I think Battlefront 2 was being worked on already before the book was released.
Okay, that's fine, but
I think the book was we gotta look because
I'm quite sure though the book was commissioned in tandem with the game. I'm pretty sure.
It will make sense
because if not, then the game would have had a totally different story and feel to it.
Here's another thing, bro. That a lot of people who are reading books have a problem with movies transitioning to video games or books. They're never the same.
It's not about that though. But I mean, if you speak Spanish in the book, I expect you to speak Spanish in a video game.
No, of course.
That's what I'm trying to say.
I get you.
That's the character trait. So that's
you're talking about the traits of the characters.
I'm talking about just continuity's sake. It's not about the gameplay of the story. The story was fine. The gameplay was fine.
I think they were trying to give the First Order more of a evil look, which is why I disagree with First Order.
Which is not a problem. Not a problem whatsoever.
And you can say like Juancho itself loves the Sith, loves the Empire.
Right.
But when it comes to the First Order, that's where I draw my line. I can't affiliate myself with the First Order.
I know what you're talking about because in the Last Jedi, the First Order was not scary at all.
They were ruthless.
They were the butt of every goddamn joke.
the first in the Last Jedi?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. They
became a joke. I mean, let's be reasonable now.
That's what I noticed.
They were more threatening.
That's why I was more happy. When remember, I don't know if I've said it in the review where I'm like, I actually like the First Order now. They don't seem as harsh as before.
That's the problem, though, because that's the point. It's supposed to be a threat. I don't feel threatening.
when you know what made me more threatening about it, and not it's a video game, when Hawk is like, oh yeah, we got rid of the Senate, and he's like, that's where those red lights were for. You remember that scene?
Yeah.
That gave me chills.
Yep.
That literally gave me chills just thinking about it and thinking about the how these people would have died and everything. Yep. I'm like, holy crap!
It's crazy. Oh wow, we ended up doing a review for this. Carry on. Video games
out this week. January 4th, we got Pika, a Pix Deluxe for the Nintendo Switch. Stickbolt, a Dodgeball Adventure Deluxe for January 4th for the Switch. Grand Prix Rockin' Racing, January 4th, 2018 for the Switch. And Axcan 2, The World Beneath, January 5th, 2018 for the Switch. The Switch 64GB cartridge is not going to be released or made until 2019 from what I hear, which will take up a problem with future games going forward with the Nintendo Switch.
I didn't hear anything about this. Real quick, explain that to me.
The 64GB cartridge will allow more games to be installed into the cartridge instead of having half the game installed on the cartridge and then the remaining onto your device.
Okay.
You know, the Switch has a USB, so that means you have to purchase a SD card to download the rest of the game into the system.
Oh.
So the 64GB cartridge will allow you to get more games into it, which will limit some of the third parties.
I did not know that. Okay.
That can be a problem. So, guys, these are the top 50 most anticipated games of 2018. This article is coming from Polygon, our trusty source.
Polygon, you the bomb, man.
We got Anthem for PlayStation 4 and Windows PC. Attack on Titan 2 for the Switch, PS4, Windows, and Xbox One.
If anybody has played Attack on Titan 1, please email us and let us know how it is.
Darfleck has played Titan 1.
Okay, Flex, holla at me. I don't know about it. But also, you guys listening, email us. Let us know what you thought about Attack
A Way Out 1. For PS4, Windows, PC, Xbox One. This game actually looks interesting. It talks about how two co-op players have to get out trying to break out from a prison in 1970s. Battletech for PC. I know you don't care.
Yeah, I know.
Concrete Genie for PlayStation 4. Crackdown 3. It's about time. We've been waiting forever since this game. It's been delayed so many times. The Crew 2. Darksiders 3, Detroit Become Human, which is actually a great game if you have a PS4. I do recommend you to play this game if you like story.
Which one?
Detroit Become Human.
Boo.
Why?
I don't know.
It's
you're recommending it, so it has to be bad.
I hate you. Dragon Ball Fighter Z, which I'm actually looking forward to. Dreams for PlayStation 4. Extinction. Far Cry 5.
Where's the Ready Player One game?
The Gardens Between, God of War, Jurassic World.
Is that the Dad of War thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Jurassic World Evolutions, which is like a kind of like a
Kingdom Hearts 3 is not coming out. Who put this crap there? That's not coming out in 2018. I'm sorry. Don't mind me. I've been waiting for this game forever.
Kirby Star Allies, which I'm looking for the Switch. Oh, you still haven't played the Switch, man. Knights and Bikes.
I played a little bit.
The Last of Us Part 2. Left Alive. The Lord of the Rings LCG.
What's that?
Card playing game, yeah.
Boo.
Mech Warriors 5, Mercenaries, Mega Man 11.
Okay, cool.
Game Informer did a whole article on that. Looks pretty looking forward to it. Metal Gear Survive, Metroid Exodus, Miniko's Night Market, Monster Hunter World, which I'm looking forward to it. It's an Xbox. I thought it was only a PS4.
I thought we reviewed that,
Yeah,
right?
we did for the E3.
Yeah.
Ni no Kuni 2, Revenant of the Kingdom, which is a beautiful game. If you haven't played any of the Ni no Kuni series, there's only one game, Ni no Kuni.
So why would you say series?
Because now it has two.
Right, but you said if you haven't played...
Shut up!
Okay, sorry.
Red Dead Redemption 2, which I'm looking forward to. Return of Obra Dinn. Railway Empire. You know there's a game that is a train simulator which has $7,000 worth of downloadable content.
It's called Train Tycoon.
Yes.
No, I'm joking. Is it really called that? I was just joking.
Seas of Thieves. Shadow of the Tomb Raider. Ooh, so I guess it's the shadow of it. It's an unconfirmed title. I don't know how it's that in 2018. Polygon, get your act together. Soul Calibur 6. Spider-Man for PS4. I'm pretty sure your kids probably wouldn't want to play that. State of Decay 2, System Shock, Tennis World Tour. Is they still play tennis games for people? I guess. Yeah. Travis Strikes Again, No More Heroes. Tropical 6. I actually love this game.
What
Tropical 5.
Is it
it's like a
SimCity?
Similar, but you're dealing with a dictator, so that you have to actually convince the people, give the people what they want. You can, if you need to go to war, you go to war. It's like what you're a dictator basically in an island.
Okay.
That's what basically the game is.
Cool.
Total War Saga, Thrones of Britannia, Valkyrian, Chronicles 4, Vampire, Wonder Song, War Games, Wataman, Where the Waters Taste Like Wine.
That's an odd title.
Yoshi.
Yoshi what? Like is that?
That's
like,
the title. Yoshi.
Like Yoshi.
Yeah, it's a new game for the Switch.
The last Yoshi game released in the world, Yoshi World. Enunciated the title, be familiar to old adorable, whatever.
It's like Woolly World, but it's actually supposed to be really.
Oh,
good.
these are Yoshis. I didn't even notice them. I'm like that's what all I saw was this.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
So those are the games of 2018. So looking forward to it, guys. I'm excited. I'm pumped. Let's get nasty.
Listen, let me tell you something right now. I will predict that Kingdom Hearts 3 is not coming out this year. It's not happening.
Right.
I know it's not happening. So
over the break, because we were 2 weeks off during the Christmas break.
Was it 2 weeks?
Yeah, we were
almost 2 weeks.
During the break, I had bought a movie called Your Name. Your Name is Is this coming from FunimationFilms.com/movie/Your Name/. Don't miss #1 Japan's film of 2016. Experience the beauty, passion, fantastic story of Makano Shinkai's Voice of the Distant Star latest masterpiece in theaters. Well, this was in April. This article came. This movie, let me read a bit. It comes. The day the stars fell, two lives changed forever. High schoolers Mitsuha and Taki are complete strangers living separate lives, but one night they suddenly switch places. Mitsuha wakes up in Taki's body and he lives in hers.
It's Freaky Friday.
Exactly. The bizarre occurrence continues to happen randomly, and the two must adjust their lives around each other.
Meaning, okay, hold on. Randomly as in like they don't stay in each other's body? They go they flip back and forth? Okay, cool.
But somehow it works. They build a connection and communicate by leaving notes, messages, and more importantly, an imprint. So every day they will leave like a journal. This is what I did today. This is what I did. And every morning when he wakes up in Mitsuhi's body, he will grab her boobies. Every morning. And her sister will walk in the room. He's like, "Why are you grabbing your boobies? You're so weird." And when the dazzling light comes to the sky, it dawns on them. They want something more from this connection. A chance to meet. An opportunity to truly know each other. Tugging at the string of fate, they try to find a way to each other. But distance isn't the only thing keeping them apart. Is the bond strong enough for the face of cruel irony of time? Or is their meeting nothing more than wishing upon the stars? The movie gave me tears.
I'm crying right now listening. Because your accent's so heavy.
I hate you so much. The movie literally left me in tears at the end. That Vané goes, "Juan, you're a man. Stop crying like a little girl." I'm like, what do you mean? This movie was beautiful. The story was beautiful.
I want to stop that right now. Okay, let me see something, you women. Okay, men are allowed to have feelings too. You guys sit there and complain that we don't have any feelings, we don't express ourselves, but then we do express ourselves. We're told things like that, whether you're joking or not. I remember real quick when I was actually dating a Vanessa once upon a time, and her BFF, I was so distraught over the breakup, and she said, "Why can't you be like a regular guy? You know, get over it." And I said, "What? Really?" Okay. So I'm just saying. Okay. Can we just throw it out there?
Thank you.
Men are allowed to have feelings. Okay? Men are allowed to have feelings. Okay. They're allowed to have feelings.
Right. Yes. So this is spoiler.
We're allowed to have feelings.
Yes, we are. Feelings. So as we continue with the story, this is a spoiler, by the way. After they had met, there's an asteroid coming, and they're supposed to see the asteroid. That's where the two stars.
Are you getting to spoiler territory? Because I'm actually going to watch this.
I'm actually going to bring it, but I'm just going to tell you why the movie is so beautiful.
Okay.
It's like a love story, drama story, where it hits you in the spot. Like, if you're like forever alone, you're going to be like, "Oh, where's my star? I want to meet someone." Type of movie.
Okay. So what you're saying is don't watch it because I might cut myself.
Yeah, pretty much. Oh, wait, too soon?
Too soon.
Too soon. No, but the movie's actually a beautiful story. I'm gonna bring it to him on probably tomorrow when I stop by his day job and drop it off so he can watch it. then we can talk about it.
Job. I love how all the Geek Bros are adopting that phrase now. Okay, anything that we do to help fund our lives, and for me, of course, to fund this studio, we all call it our day jobs now. even Garbanzo said it last night. I do have a day job, guys.
The movie is really, really beautiful, and it's amazing. It's left me without words. Great movie. So yeah, that's for Anime Invasion for the part 1. Part 2, 5. Let's talk about Dragon Ball Z. Dragon Ball Z and Adidas set to release 7 shoes in collaboration in 2018.
Seven shoes? Shoes, okay. No, you said it sounded
Dragon
weird.
Ball Z and Adidas are releasing a collaboration in fall of 2018. 7 shoes are said to be a part of this collection, which refers to the 7 mythical Dragon Balls from the fictional cartoon. It's not fictional, it's real life. Dragon Ball Z has been a cult classic in certain sectors of the street subcultures, which finally came together in the form of Baby Milo Bape collection this year. Now it seems that the popular anime series is teaming up with even a bigger name in Adidas for a full-scale collaboration collection set to touch down in 2018. It has been reported that the capsule will debut in the fall of 2018, but the silhouettes involved have not yet been announced. Yeezy Mafia has confirmed that there will be 7 sneakers involved. Yeah, look.
Yeezy Mafia
involved to coincide with the 7 Dragon Balls famously featured in the series. It is safe to assume that this collection will come with special packaging of some sort, further nod to the Dragon Ball Z franchise, as when we have branded with the 3 stripes do with other special releases in the past. How much are these shoes gonna cost?
$90 to $150.
Are you gonna spend that $750 total for 7 shoes?
Wait, maybe
if they're 100.
They're probably just each one just gonna be a ball, right? Just a set one star ball and the other star.
They're gonna supposed to be reference to the 7 Dragon Balls.
Right. So in other words,
so if we put them together, will we get a shoe run?
Stupid. That was good though. I don't even like it. That was a good one. That was a good one.
So yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to it. I like Adidas. I actually enjoy Adidas, and I'm pretty sure they'll do great with the collection. Just don't make it weird. I mean, make it nice and classy.
Don't make it weird. That's what she said.
So yeah, I'm excited, guys. It's time for open mic discussion. Open mic.
Scratch off winning.
Yeah, he's not winning anything.
I'm not winning anything.
Guys, so the first thing on order of our list, the Detective Pikachu has a release date, May 10th of 2019.
I am not excited about that at all.
That's the release date. So I'm excited. Woo! Give me some Pikachu Detective, where he talks and tells me I have to be like Sherlock Holmes.
Is that the story?
I don't know. He's a detective. I'm pretty sure he needs to solve mysteries.
Now, is this based upon what? Is this based upon an actual anime that's out, or is it based
supposed to be based on a Japanese video
manga?
game?
Oh, it's a video game.
Yeah, it's called Pikachu Detective Pikachu.
Oh god. I'm sorry. I just don't know. I don't know why of all things they would adapt that as live action.
Because they want Pikachu to talk, just like in the movie. You saw the movie?
No,
I Choose You.
No, I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, I have it on my Xfinity account. You can just put it. You gotta put it up and watch it.
Okay,
I recorded it.
I'll pull it up for you, alright. Family podcast.
I'm pretty excited for it. We did hear Pikachu talk, so we'll see. I'm pretty pumped. 5. What's going on with the Arrowverse?
Okay, so what I had mentioned to you guys originally was that when the Arrowverse returned, it was supposed to replace Anime Invasion. I was supposed to review each episode, and unfortunately, it just didn't happen. Whether we had we had that month off that kind of stole the thunder, and I never even tried to get back. So I'm gonna do a half-season Arrowverse review, real quick, nothing crazy. And let's begin. Supergirl. So Supergirl this season, I think it's the 3rd season. It's the rise of Rain, and Rain is another surviving. Not necessarily Kryptonian, but one of the subsector of Kryptonian, and she was sent here, and her learning who she really is. She's actually been on Earth for a while, just like Kara, just like Kal-El, and she started having there was a big incident where she learned she had powers, and she went in search of trying to figure out her origins, and she has a daughter, and blah blah blah. In the end, she found a Kryptonian ship. She was brainwashed, and now she's going to be Rain, which is going to be this central antagonist for the series. My rating right now for Supergirl as is a C. I never really got into Supergirl to begin with. I really wasn't feeling it. I mean, I watch it because the main character, she's gorgeous. She's absolutely beautiful, and she is. She gives me the same tingles in my heart that Wonder Woman does when she's on screen. So that's why I watch it. So moving on to Arrow, and I actually like that Arrow seems to be going back to form. Arrow has this new weird cabal thing going on right now between this one guy who's gaining people, and the central thing, one of the central things is that there is the FBI have indicted or investigating Oliver Queen, who's still the mayor, for being Arrow. They actually, and that's a really big thing. You've got this person looking into his thing, and of course he stopped being the Arrow and made John Diggle be the Arrow, but John Diggle also he has a nerve damage from the previous season's explosion on the island, which is unfortunate because everybody survived but his kid's mother, which is the oddest thing. I mean, and we all knew that was going to happen. Everybody was going to survive. I mean, Thea, she was in a coma for a while, but she just woke up. Mother died, and everybody else. John Diggle had nerve damage. Everybody else was just fine when the whole island exploded. So we knew that cliffhanger meant almost nothing, unfortunately. So Oliver Queen this season is dealing with, of course, that investigation with him being Arrow. How his son sees him, because his son doesn't like that he's a Green Arrow. He has to actually be a father now. I'm not too thrilled that they had him get back together with Felicity. Felicity drives me up the wall, and to this day, them breaking up because of him holding the secret of his kid was just asinine. It drove me nuts. But I'm feeling it. The action in this season is ridiculous. If there's any time to get back into Arrow, it would be now. The Flash, I like The Flash. It still holds a special place in my heart. The what's his name? What's the main baddie name? Oh my gosh,
I don't know.
Damone, whatever.
Has Vibe died yet?
Huh?
Has Vibe died yet?
Vibe is off the chain. It's great. It's great. This is the first villain that's the Thinker. He's the Thinker. He's the first villain that's not a speedster, but he thinks so fast. So he kind of is a speedster because he thinks so much faster. He can run all the probabilities in his mind, and so Flash's speed means absolutely nothing. He's been pulling the strings. He's very ominous. My only thing is that I was feeling his character. I was feeling the actor portraying him. At the end, he changed his he did a body swap with another person.
Body swap. Because
the power that he got from the particle explosion that made his mind better, it was deteriorating his body. It was all his body's nutrients and vitamins and everything that was going on was going to keeping his brain fresh and fast, and everything was deteriorating. So we still don't know what his end game is yet, but I am absolutely thrilled. Of course, I'm going through this really fast. But yes, it was metas. When they dragged Barry Allen out of the Speed Force, he created 10 new metas, and these 10 new metas have something to do with the Thinker's plans. So, that's for that. Legends of Tomorrow is a blast, guys. It's a blast. Just watch it. I don't really know what the story is. I know it has something to do with the new Legion or something, and they brought back Damien Dark again. Oh, it drives me nuts. And there's some, I don't know, cabal that's happening. It has something to do with the Time Masters. I like the fact that Rip Hunter, even though he's not part of the real cast anymore, that he created a new Time Bureau, and now they're the new problem. The story is all over the place. I really can't tell you, but they've had some really great episodes. Check it out because it's a blast. I end up laughing and cracking up the entire time I watch these episodes because it is so absurd and they don't take themselves seriously at all. And lastly, God, was that everybody? I did the Flash. Okay, there's the lastly. Legend of Tomorrow. Now, before we move on, I have to talk about that 2-night crossover special. Okay, Crisis on Earth X. It was amazing. Okay, listen to me when I'm saying this. The other crossovers were cute. This was amazing. The story was amazing. The character development was amazing. You felt it. They even had a major change in the roster on one of the shows on this thing. It begins with Barry Allen and Iris trying to get married, and then of course the Earth X people, they find out how to cross over, and they come and attack the wedding, and all hell breaks loose. It is amazing. They use almost every character in all the shows. They all play a good part. Okay, Oliver is rocking it as team leader, which he deserves. He deserves it. Even with Kara there on this Earth, they deserve it. Absolutely deserve it. To have him set front and center for the most of it. It is an amazing. I can't stop saying this. Amazing crossover special. I highly recommend it. If you don't watch anything, watch that. You may not know what's going on because it does follow all the plot threads, but it was an emotional story. It was fantastic, the idea, and it's great. They go over the Earth X, and it's basically a Nazi world, and all the superheroes are Nazis, and most of their doppelgangers are the Nazi versions of them, and it's interesting. Oliver Queen is a Fuhrer, believe it or not. So check it out. That's my review, real quick. I didn't get into anything real detailed for the mid-season, the half season of the Arrowverse. Check it out, guys. I love the DC universe on CW. It's amazing. It's definitely better than what's going on in the movies right now. Check it out. It's campy, but it's full of heart. Okay? And oh my god, warning. Mystery word time. Remember what I said earlier, that randomly I was going to spit out a mystery word, and the mystery word is, I forget. That's not the word. I actually forgot the word.
It wasn't Chakwa.
No, it's not gonna be that. The mystery word is gonna be Battlestar. Yes, Battlestar. One word. Battlestar is going to be the mystery word. So, if you'd like to participate in this contest, by all means, it's Battlestar. Email us at geekbros@outlook.com with your gender and the word. That's BATTLESTAR. Battlestar to geekbros. That's GEEKBROS @outlook.com. We want that. I want that word. I want your gender, and then we will get back to you and give you a list of what we have here, and you can choose any item you want.
All right.
So I'm glad you're listening. Good luck to everybody. And now, moving on with open mic.
Rick and Morty Season 4 may not air until 2019, which was expected.
I don't understand why, but
yeah, because they don't want to write. You know how the same thing that happened took us how many years to get Season 3, which was hilarious. Pickle Rick. Why? What do you I know you talked a lot just now, but
I did. My throat's kind of a little.
That's what she said.
Family
podcast. Rick and Morty fans will remember the months of waiting between the end of Season 2 and the beginning of Season 3. It may be time to battle down the hatches and prepare for another dry spell. It's expected from the writers and the creative minds of Rick and Morty to make us wait even more. I just want to try this freaking Szechuan sauce. I forgot how it even tastes now.
Did you try it?
No, I never got to try it. I heard that they were supposed to come back.
They're gonna come back with it, but I doubt it. The hype is gone.
The hype is gone. Is the hype real, bro?
Do you even hype, bro?
I don't know. So we'll just wait and see what happens with Rick and Morty. I'm still watching Season 1 and Season 2 and Season 3 over and over again because I just can't get
enough. May I ask you a question? Why do you bring up these articles if you don't ever read them? You just kind of like throw it out there.
I'd be part of it.
This is a lovely Polygon.com article.
Trusted news source for all geek-related news. Polygon spoke to Rick and Morty creator Dan Harmon at New York Comic Con in October, and he confirmed a 4th season was happening. Harmon also told Entertainment Weekly in September that he was about to do the 4th season of Rick and Morty, but didn't provide an update on when the production will start. I wanted to prove it with the first step of Season 4, prove it to ourselves, to production, to the network, that it's easy, that we'll earn additional episodes, Harmon said, because I never got this far working on NBC's Community. I fell apart in Season 3 of Community and got fired in Season 4. Now I'm about to do Season 4 of Rick and Morty and want to prove that I've grown.
Okay, there you go. That sounds good.
That's from Dan Harmon. So, yeah. See, I read an article.
I'm just saying, if you're going to bring up these articles, I mean, you might as well, read parts of them.
You know what?
I'm just saying.
Because of that, how about you read your Yahoo article that you love so much?
About what?
Solo. Wait, no, hold on. Yeah, Solo.
Is this the next thing? You can look at it.
Yeah,
Hold on. It is.
Solo to fail. This is coming from Yahoo.
No, it's not. It's coming from CheatSheet.com.
But CheatSheet.com is owned by Yahoo.
Says who? Where is this at? A subsidy of Yahoo?
Yes.
Where?
Right here, bro. It's better.
Exactly. That's my point. CheatSheet.com.
By Yahoo.
Okay. Solo. Why Disney might be getting ready for the movie to fail. That's not very good. Okay. And this is coming from CheatSheet.com. All right. There was nothing but optimism about the future of Star Wars franchise when Disney bought the purchasing rights from George Lucas in 2012. I disagree. Immediately, a sequel trilogy started and a new cartoon. Blah 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 blah. Let's get into it. So here's a refresher. Apparently, Alden Ehrenreich, Alden Ehrenreich is apparently very bad in the role. This is coming from them stating that they had to hire
the training
actor coach.
Yeah, acting coach.
So just a few months into production, Lucasfilm was so concerned about his acting taking over the Han Solo role that they actually went out and hired an acting coach. So I don't know what that really means and how that, because is that normal? I know reshoots are normal. I don't know about hiring an acting coach. Here's the thing: did he not have to do a so much dust? Did he not have to do a audition? See what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So if he did an audition, I mean, he had to have done something, right?
Well,
so
I guess you get you into anywhere.
Not necessarily.
Probably.
Okay, don't forget the directors, the original directors, Chris Miller and Phil Lord, were fired, and they brought in Ron Howard to do some research, and apparently he actually filmed a lot more than originally expected, because I believe they were 90% done. He came in and he had to refilm all of it, most of it, and which is not very good if you know how Suicide Squad worked out. Even though they didn't refilm it, it was re-edited and other things. So it's not boding very, very, very well. Ron Howard had to do a ton of reshoots, just like I said, so that's another concern. Disney's prepared for it to flop.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Disney's preparing for it.
So Disney's bracing themselves for Han Solo movie to bomb. They're worried about it.
I'm worried about it.
Especially after the Last Jedi controversy, and now essentially, let me see. The lead actor can't act. The dialogue coach has his hands in the scenes. Blah 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 blah. I don't like these kind of articles because they give me.
They're from Yahoo, so that's what you get.
Cheat.com.
Yahoo.
Basically, it's also a Han story that really nobody ever really wanted, especially if it's an origin story. So I guess it's true. I don't know. Are you excited about this movie?
Actually, I'm not looking forward to it. I can say I'm looking. Listen, hold on. Let me correct that before someone says that I'm not. I'm excited because it's a Star Wars movie. Am I looking forward to the mess that it's been? I don't know, because Ant-Man was able to be saved, but this movie, especially the way the fence has been, I don't think I don't know. I don't know what
you
to
agree?
say,
Ant-Man was a really good movie despite the controversy and losing its direct. But there's a difference.
Exactly. Paul Rudd.
Peyton Reed was not. Peyton Reed was not. He did not film most of it. He was let go, or he parted ways long before they started filming. You see what I'm saying? So it's a totally different beast right there. The writing was changed. You're talking about filming 90% of the movie, saying you don't like where it's going, getting a new director, going back and shooting all over again. Kind of like how they did with Suicide Squad.
Which actually turned out being good.
We liked it, but it was kind of jarring because the two tones didn't work.
Yes.
I mean, one of the most powerful scenes in Suicide Squad is when they're at the bar.
Mm-hmm.
But when you sandwich that between the nonsense before and that's after it, it feels so out of place. Like you knew there was a darker movie. Like even in our review, we said that felt so different.
It did.
It was good.
Talked about
we did. We said it.
Yep.
I mean, it felt so different. Like we were like, "What movie are we watching?" We liked it. Not saying anything, but it's like you can't be doing slapstick, and then all of a sudden have this powerful moment where I burned all my kids.
Yeah, man. I felt.
You know what I'm saying?
I felt some type of
I am concerned, and of course, lastly, they think this can kill the future of anthology films. So. That I don't think so either, because Rogue One did really well.
Rogue One did really well, and I'm pretty sure they're going to do great with Obi-Wan.
Yeah, and everybody wants Obi-Wan. Nobody was clamoring for a Han Solo movie.
No.
People were slightly excited for a Boba Fett movie, but everybody wants and demands
an Obi-Wan
movie.
So I want to see what Obi-Wan was doing during this time.
Oh God, I cannot wait to see that.
I wonder if the Jedi had affairs during that time.
Maybe we'll find out the truth. Oh my God! Did you read that article where they backpedaled and said that that Rey's parents are still up in the air? Anything is still possible.
Yeah.
Bull. Shh. Okay? Bull. I read that article. I couldn't believe it. I'm sorry. I had to bring this up for you guys randomly, but I read it and I said that's pure crap. You guys knew what you were doing, but now because of all the controversy, when did you click this?
Yes, it was open already.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, see? No, I took it off. I closed the article.
Oh.
I closed the article.
So, yeah. Anyway, Han Solo, we're predicting it to be the first Star Wars flop, unless they pull something out of their behind.
We'll see.
You know? We don't want you guys to make Han Solo that guy.
But what do you have to be that guy, Vibe? Talk to me. You know, I have a problem with Vibe, and this is going to start. It's going to continue in 2018. I have a feeling. Vibe has lost his childhood. He can't enjoy anything anymore. You can't enjoy anything.
Vibe has no chill.
He can't enjoy a simple video game without critiquing it. He can't enjoy a movie without critiquing it. He can't enjoy his own fart without critiquing it.
I have to agree. After I've gotten some seriously heated, and I mean heated, conversations and debates with the fellow Geek Bros about The Last Jedi and Thor Ragnarok and certain books and even now the video game. And I realized that if you guys noticed, I think I wore my grumpy cat and old man hat.
Since the store.
It was like one or twice last year.
Yeah.
Just this year, this season alone, the second season of Geek Bros, I think I've worn it 4 times.
Yeah.
And I realized, wait a minute, what's happening to me? Because
your childhood has disappeared.
Exactly. No, it's not about that. But it says don't be that guy, and so I had to ask myself. I even conceded to these guys. I think, you know what, guys, you're right. I don't think I can enjoy anything anymore, and I don't think it's because I'm a wannabe filmmaker, not because I'm a video editor. Because despite the fact that I didn't like the editing of The Last Jedi, my complaints was story. My complaints was character development. My complaints was scene blocking and the whole side quest. As a storyteller, that's what was bothering me. That's what bothered me about Thor Ragnarok. That's what bothered me about the Canto Bight book. That's what would definitely bother me about The Last Jedi and about story continuity when it comes to...
It bothered you for the Luke and the Leia stories.
Which one?
The 2 Luke and Leia books.
No, the Leia book... No. I said... I didn't say I didn't like the Leia book or the Luke book. I'm saying that they had no point. Like the Leia book, I didn't see what point it was with the Leia book.
I wanted to
like I see. I'm saying no. If you want to make a Leia book, that's fine, but don't call it Journey to the Force Awakens. There was nothing in the Leia book that screamed. This links to the Force Awakens. Okay. Phasma, I understood. Well, I thought I understood Phasma. Phasma was great. I thought they were building up Phasma so you could explain why she did what she did in Force Awakens, and she was gonna have a bigger, more meaningful role in Last Jedi. Wrong. So. Even though I still love that book, I don't know what the point of it was. The Luke book, the only thing the Luke book thing is you guys didn't catch up on it. Mm-hmm. That long spear that he had that he killed a fish, that's the same spear he used in the book.
Yeah.
That's what it was. I mean, everybody else seems to be critiquing that. I wasn't critiquing it. When I saw that, I remember looking at Juancho going, that's from the book. He didn't hear me, but it's from the book. It was when he was flying and he was... alien planet. Yeah. He wanted to learn more about their version of the Force, and if they required him to use this long spear while he was on some kind of riding thing to catch a particular golden fish or something. So I wasn't. I was like, wow, that's good. At least you guys freaking read that book. Sorry, but I'm just
saying. Are you gonna be that guy in 2018? Is the question.
It's gonna get worse. I think it's gonna get worse. I don't see myself enjoying the stupidity. I can't turn my brain off because. Okay.
You say that you say I'm stupid now? Like I can't
no. Because Darth Flex, when you guys watch the Smoothie Talk 3, Darth Flex made it very clear that he agreed with everything that I said, but it still didn't ruin his enjoyment of the movie. That's the difference between me and him right now. Is that he can recognize.
Like I can agree with some things you said as well, but I freaking love the movie.
Exactly. So I love the movie. Is that you can still enjoy the movie for what it is. I can't.
See, that's the problem with Battlefront 2. You had the same problem. I freaking enjoy Battlefront. I enjoyed the campaign. I enjoyed the story. You can't.
I can't because if I look for story continuations. I look for character traits to continue over from different mediums.
So is Kingdom Hearts? I'm pretty sure Kingdom Hearts 3 is going to not do anything then.
No, I think Kingdom Hearts is so firmly entrenched in my childhood because I played that game when I was in like early high school. I believe.
It came early.
Early high school. That I will have to play it. It's not going to bother me. I mean, the story was already convoluted as it is. So, and that was even before I cared. I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna love it because that is and Pokemon. These things are entrenched. DBZ, they're like the backbone of my childhood. So I will enjoy it. But I would think Star Wars, but the original Star Wars, the prequels kind of killed me, but I still, respected the point of them. At least they were different. But what I can say is, and I'm just being very honest, I don't think I'm able to enjoy anything anymore at face value if there is glaring issues with the way it's portrayed or the way it's presented. And so that's why we're saying don't be that guy, which apparently I will be that critic. I'm gonna be that miserable critic, and
you suck.
I'm very disappointed in myself, but we'll see. Hopefully,
we'll see in February 16th when Black Panther comes out.
Oh God, I hope I love that movie. No, but listen, I liked the last movie I liked was Spider-Man. That was the very last one I liked. So
we'll see. As we continue, I was talking to Vibe. Actually, Vibe brought this up that the Force is female. Now, before Vibe goes into his rant,
you're such a dick.
Well, I was playing Battlefront 2.
Hate you.
I've noticed something that I've never noticed in any Star Wars game.
And this is where this
woman yelling after you kill them as a stormtroopers and rebels. I never noticed any Star Wars game. We always hear that. What is that noise? The sound that they make? The
Wilhelm scream.
The Wilhelm scream. Yes, when you kill them. But this time around, you actually hear a female version of it. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, hold on. Lately, other than Han Solo film, the movies for Star Wars have now starting to be lead female roles. I have no problem with it. Trust me, I'm all about equality, whatever.
Chauvinist pig.
I'm not. But hold on. Is this what we expect now on all, including outside the Force, that every lead now has to be a female? It's gonna get kind of tiresome.
I'm already tired.
I'm free.
After Rey.
It was a Star Wars show.
Forces of Destiny.
Yes, right after Forces of Destiny, I'm done.
I
need a bag. Not for nothing. Again, like I said, I have nothing against it. I feel like we need a strong male lead again in the Star Wars world. I hope Rian Johnson does it because he's starting to film. I think this at the end of the year.
J.J. Abrams.
Rian Johnson.
Rian Johnson's filming what?
The next series, the next trilogy.
His trilogy.
Yeah, his trilogy.
I don't know. The reason why this is brought up, and same thing happened to me. This is why I had Juancho put this on there. I was playing Battlefront, and I'm playing the Battle of Endor, and of course your Inferno squad. Okay, spoilers, and you have to shoot a bunch of rebels, and I was realizing that 3 out of every 5 rebels I was shooting in the head were females. I said, wait a minute. And so I texted the group and I said, I don't remember there being so many female rebels in Star Wars. What's going on? And it's funny he said about this. I didn't notice the stormtroopers though, but I definitely noticed that there were a lot of female rebel officers and rebel soldiers that I was shooting in the head. And I have to throw this in it, shooting in the head. And I said, wait a minute, what's going on? Then it dawned on me. I remember seeing a picture of Kathleen Kennedy with 2 other women wearing shirts that said the Force is female. And I said, I know that people have been discussing a feminist agenda with Disney and with Kathleen Kennedy, and it didn't really hit me until
we talked about this.
We did talk about this, but I was just jesting. I didn't really put any merit into it. But now that I look at it, we're looking at the new Skywalker sagas is a female lead. Rogue One was a female lead. The Forces of Destiny cartoon, female, all females, and a female anthology. Lot of females in the Battlefront, and female lead in Battlefront. So especially with the Last Jedi.
And here's the funny thing: spoilers for the Battlefront. After what happens to Iden, her daughter takes over.
Of course, another female lead. And then furthermore, if you look into the Last Jedi, if you really pay attention to the tone of the Last Jedi, it was a bunch of men being stupid and women schooling them. Think about this. Mm-hmm. Kylo's being stupid, Rey schools him. Luke is being stupid, Rey schools him. Finn is being stupid, Rose schools him. Poe is being stupid, Holdo and Leia schools him. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm trying to say? Like, there's not a single male that does something right in that entire movie. None of them. All the females come up and say, which is fine. And behind every great man is a great woman. I get it. but you're really throwing this in our face kind of hard now, you know? So
now, and that's the problem with
any agenda. Is the Force female?
Yes, right now it is. They're throwing this down our throats, just like, for example, during we talked about it before, the Defenders, Luke Cage, how they were throwing out the Black Matters life.
Yes,
and like down our throats.
But that was just like, one series. So we're talking about now.
No. I know
different mediums now.
Exactly,
even in the friggin' books.
I understand. Is it LucasArts or Lucasfilms?
Lucasfilm.
Okay, I understand Lucasfilm world out there. If you guys listening to us, I'm like I said, I'm not against it, but please have a balance between
exactly. I feel like they're playing catch
strong
up.
Characters and male strong characters. If you're playing catch up, there's different ways to do it. You can have a very character.
Yeah, but
it still
I don't
get
think
your
it's
message across.
I don't think it's necessary, Juan.
I don't want any more lead female roles anymore. I think that, not for nothing, guys. I'm not, like I said, I'm not against it. It's just I am tired of it. I'm tired of it because it's just like
you're tired of it. But I'm going back to the beginning. It's not necessary. They're playing catch up with strong females, but it's not necessary. In the prequels, we have Padme. Padme is a strong female.
Padme was beautiful in that movie.
She was a strong female. Okay, and she got stuff done.
She had a lead role.
Yes, exactly. She had a lead role. Okay, then you're talking about, 2 plots revolved around her. 2 movie plots revolved around her. Okay, then you have the prototype strong female. You have Leia. Leia was so strong. She even outthunk both Luke and Han and got them. She was a major leader in the Rebel Alliance, and she only got better and better as a season. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm trying to say is that it's not like there wasn't any strong females in the Star Wars universe. There was. You had Ahsoka Tano, who was a fan favorite, super strong.
Exactly, she was like a back character.
She was, and she earned her spot and became a fan favorite.
No,
they exist. They exist in Star Wars.
Now,
so what are we doing now?
What if they're doing this for the purpose of, like, the Porgs, which I freaking love Porgs, to bring in a lost generation of girls and women who have been lost in a male-centric Star Wars universe. I know there's been a lot, but what if the purpose of all of this is to bring a brand new generation of female characters, of female fans, into the stories by giving them female
We talked about that. What they're doing is Star Wars, for whatever reason, is predominantly a male.
Correct.
A male franchise. So of course, yes, to get those princess girls to want to look at blasters, they put in the females. It is. For at least for Disney and a business standpoint, it's good to bring in new revenue, the other side of the gender. I get it, but I believe that is a plus. It is not the point. I do believe now officially there is a feminist agenda coming through Kathleen Kennedy, and I just don't understand why.
Kathleen Kennedy,
it's hurting the franchise than it is helping by force feeding us strong females instead of them putting them organically in the story and let them rise.
Let them grow.
Let them grow.
Let the characters grow. Listen, Rey has, for me, yes, she's a lead character, but out of all the ones that we've mentioned, Rey's character itself has grown.
No, she hasn't.
To me, I feel like she's grown.
How? She was a Mary Sue in Force Awakens. She stayed a Mary Sue in The Last Jedi. How has she grown?
I feel that she's
grown. The same character in both movies.
I feel that she's grown in The Last Jedi. I think she found herself a better calling. I think maybe because she understands a little bit of the Force a little bit better.
How? She had a day and a half of training. How did she change? I want you to tell me right now how she changed. She didn't learn any lesson.
She became more focused and her goal. Or whatever her goal was.
Exactly my point.
She sold the books.
You can't. You just said it. She moved focus on her goal. Whatever her goal was,
I don't know what her goal is,
and that's not good. That's not good character development.
Well, that's what the movies left me. They don't know what Rey's goal is.
And you love this movie because
I freaking love the movie.
The movie's so great. It leaves you with no. But you're telling me her character grew. How?
I felt like.
Tell me what she. No, Juan. You keep saying you feel. Give me an example of how she was in Force Awakens and how she was in The Last Jedi, and show me the growth.
In Force Awakens, she's being more naive, more like, oh, I don't want to do this type of character. That's who I perceive her to be. Like, she's just tired of it. She just wants to be a robot. Her daily life was do this, do that. The Force Awakens, she had to break from that. She had to remove herself from that and try to get a character to finally be able to do the things that she needed to do, with what she wanted it to do. She took demand.
What did she want to do? What did she need to do?
She wanted to be trained.
No, she took demand. She didn't. She went to go search for Luke because Leia sent her off to go search for Luke. Only after the fact did she say, you know what? Can you train me? What did she say when she originally arrived there? Hey, I was sent by Leia. We need your help. Not, hey, can you train me? It's only as she stayed there did she ask him for guidance or for training. But the fact of the matter is, though, she didn't need his training. He didn't train her in lightsaber combat, and she was proficient in lightsaber combat. All of a sudden, mind you, was not trained. Sure, she uses a melee weapon, but I don't care. A melee weapon is different than a lightsaber because a lightsaber is a lightsaber. Okay, fine. She didn't need training in that. She already knew how to do a Jedi mind trick. She already knew how to use force pull. He didn't teach her that. What did he teach her?
The Force senses.
No. He okay. Maybe she dived into the darkness, but she was still the same character. Nothing changed. She still has the same doubts, the same fears. She may be a little. The only difference is she's a little more confident in her power, but her powers hasn't changed. Her mentality hasn't changed.
I think she's
a little more confident in the part that she already has.
I feel that you can see a little bit more, not a little bit. I think more confidence in her. That's the word. Sorry, but I feel that she has more confidence than before. That's what I was trying to say.
Yeah, I'm sure that's what you're trying to say. I gave you the words to say.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
She didn't change. She's the same character.
I think she has more confidence.
She didn't change anything whatsoever, and that's my biggest problem. Is that there was no character development. I felt like she was the exact same girl, except the only difference is I'm not waiting for my family anymore. That's it. That's the only growth she had is accepting that her family isn't coming back and that they're a piece of crap. That's all I got from that. But
well, the Force is female.
Apparently the Force is female. So guys, hit us up, email us with your comments. We'd love to get into this discussion. How do you feel about the apparent feminist agenda potentially, or if you disagree with us, by all means.
Yeah, let us know. We have no problem with this of having a nice
no, yell at us. Do whatever you want. Yeah, because you know what, we will read it on the air next week because we appreciate your even if you're gonna call us stupid idiots. We appreciate it.
Exactly.
Don't forget that the mystery word was mentioned earlier in this episode. So please, same thing, email us at geekbros@outlook.com with the mystery word and your gender, and we will give you a comprehensive list of what we're going to give away, and you get to choose one. So, I guess that's it for the... what are you doing?
Delicious
cupcakes. And mind you, he's all on his phone. And whenever I'm on my phone, he would call me out on it. Everything. Vibe, you're on the phone. Get off your phone.
You were scratching off.
Okay, I was doing scratch offs because I wasn't on my phone. Anyway, that's it for episode 24 of Keepin the Geek Bros. Don't forget to check us out on WeBeGeeksPC.com, your first place to hear this every week, mostly.
And then on iTunes,
Google Play,
and Stitcher.
So that's where you want to go. But if you want to see these buttery voices a week later, check us out on the Vibe Studios YouTube page. Either go to the website, www.vibestudios.com. That's VIBEREVSTUDIOS.com. Or our YouTube channel, that's youtube.com/VibeRevStudios. Check out our fan page, Juancho.
At Geek Bros. Instagram is at Geek Bros. Just GEKBR0S. GEEKBR0S.
That's their Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook.
Because Juancho loves to confuse you guys.
Yes, he does. Juancho, final thoughts.
I'm excited, bro, for the 2018 movies and video games start coming out. If you have any problems, let me know. Let's deal with it.
Email us, guys. geekbros@outlook.com for anything. If you want to talk about something, you want to hear our thoughts, you want to hear your thoughts,
just yell at.
You want to tell Juancho to stop singing, cool. And if you just want to just read a comment on air, we are going to do that for you because
whatever comment you will read, we will read it.
I've been Vibe.
This is Juancho. And geeking out never sounded so good. I love you all.
Thanks for tuning in to episode 24 recap. We're a little rusty. I mean, it's a new year. We're getting back into it. But anyway, that thing, the contest is only for those listening. So
sorry, guys.
Sorry, but I guarantee you guys next week we'll do a contest for those that are watching us. All 17 of you. It's 17. Thanks for tuning in. Geek Bros.
If Netflix doesn't if YouTube doesn't block us,
don't block us. YouTube. YouTube is life.
Keeping up with the Geek Bros.
podcast time. Hit it, vibe. Hit me the spot.
You want me to hit your spot? That is so, man. You cheat on your fiance.
With the music.
Oops.
Guys,
it's the new year. It's the new year. It's the new year. Shut up. It's the new year. Shut up. There it is.
That's what she said.
That is what she said.